Hi, everybody. So I'm going to introduce our amazing speaker slash reader today, Fariha. Fariha is a writer, culture worker, and educator. They're a Muslim queer Bangladeshi who's interested in the margins, liminality, otherness, and the mercurial nature of being. Their work has pioneered a refreshing and renewed conversation about wellness, contemporary Islam, degrowth, and queer identities. Fariha is also a member of Writers Against the War on Gaza. Personally, their books Like a Bird and Who is Wellness For has been transformative for me. Their offerings has been a guidance for the queer Muslim community here in New York City, where I'm based. Last night, I was actually at a Bangladeshi and Palestinian Solidarity Gala, where a friend of mine recited Fariha's poem 1971. That was very moving. And I highly recommend that everyone check out their work, including their amazing Substack offering How to Cure a Ghost. And I'm so grateful to you, Fariha, for being here, being you, and sharing your time with us here today. And with that, I'll pass it on to Fariha.
I'm already crying. I've never started a reading crying before. Um, Thank you for that introduction. Um, I'm honored to be here. Um, I'm truly honored. I'm gonna read three poems. Hopefully, I'll have time to read all of them. Um, the first one is called An Ode to Baby Fa. After Lucille Clifton. I pick myself up off the floor. I take myself out of the bathtub and tell myself, you don't want to die. You want to live. I wish I had a mother to do that for me. I wish I had a somebody who could let me rest my head on their lap and say, shh, honey, you've had to work too hard. It's okay. Rest here. I love you, honey. My default is to worry about whether or not I'm easy to love. Too many people have told me otherwise, but I know I am. I know I am. So I get up. I get up and I just get the fucking fuck up. And I find some peace. I ask myself, Fa, what do you want? And baby Fa says what she wants. And then I look at her and I say, fuck, I love you so much. How did you survive? And in that moment, I can either break down on my knees and cry for the life I've had, or I can just say, baby Fa, you are a goddamn miracle. I see you. I see you and I love you so much. Thank you for surviving. You've done such a great job. I wouldn't change anything in the world. You're perfect. I'm so lucky I get to be you. Too. So it begins. The air is slight and powerful. The wind hits the tranquil place within me. It's strong, and I'm no longer absent. Now I'm present with myself. It's holy and mysterious, and I know that it's alive, and I'm patient. I know, like the sun, like rain, it spools, and I'm pulsing. It's the leaves, like the green of pistachio, green like basil. The earth is green, and so are the trees. And in that aliveness of it all, rapturous, rapturous, I am still on this earth. I am still. Three, who sees you when you come into yourself? When you stretch and make space for all the longing, for all the ugly, who protects you then? 4. The hurricane speaks. The lark strings through the sprouting trees, and I'm abandoned. But the earth is here, and I am still, still like the quiet spurring of a cicada. They reach their tenuous sounds while never moving, and yet, resounding. 5. Today is a rainy day. It's a day that has character, a sort of ruinous character. Character moving. I anger in silence, alone, through devastation, while seeking love like a beggar. I am hungry for it, Mother. I am hungry for a love that will feed the void you left inside of me. The void ever present, a pulse running through me. There is a tempest within me, a longing, an ache, a hunger unpronounced. 6. I've been waiting, hiding, in prayer, in the motions, pruning in the gardens of hope, edging closer to an understanding of self. There are so many things that make a self, so many considerations and configurations of being, but I've been trapped in darkness for so long. Its memory is ever present, ever possible. Trauma is always on the horizon. It takes rewiring to believe in more. It takes courage to hope. 7. Tragedy needs examination. No one can ever save you from the turmoil of grief. You have to choose wisely in whom to trust when you're on the floor squirming at injustice. But pain also has its resolution. This too shall pass. 8. So I celebrate the small, grand act of making something big out of a life that could have turned a tragedy. No one's sympathy will ever be a salve for the permanent feeling of loss. Whose words will help overcome generations of trauma. You can do it, Fa. You can remember yourself. 9. This life will pass you by in a blip. No cause or concern, then you're gone. Pain can be hypnotic. Find joy in the dance. Choose yourself, especially when no one else will. Find magnificence in solitude. Find God again and again. 10. But mostly find celebration for every day that has tried to kill you and failed. Thank you. Um, I'm not usually this emotional when I read. Um, I was just teaching, that's where I came from, and I'm teaching a grief studies class. And I think it's just, it's overwhelming to be alive right now. And I feel like simultaneous, like gratitude and extreme sadness all the time um, because of what all of us are holding. Um, so I'm going to read another poem. Um, it's called, where did it go? It's called Memories Rewritten. And this one's about my mom, which kind of every poem is about my mom, but that's another story. I used to think I'd come home from school And instead of banging pots and pans, I'd find your tenderness. Is it so wrong that I just wanted a sweet word from you? You've never asked me how I am. I used to think because Bangla has no construction for maternal love, but that's untrue. In my dreams, you hold my hand, and I am not afraid. In my dreams, you, me, and Apu eat fish and chips by the ocean side, but no one is crying. I don't know what it's like to be normal. I don't know what it's like to be loved. I used to wish you hugged me like you meant it. Like when I was small and alone, pretending it was okay that I had no one to play with, trapped at home with your temper. Was it? What is tenderness? I crave it. I used to dream my touch didn't disgust you and that yours didn't scare me. I used to know the palms of your hands so well because they'd come down on my body so often. I wish I never remembered. I wish I could forget everything. I hate being the body that screams every secret kept. I am not a tomb. I am a reckoning, but it's lonely here. Nobody believes what happened to me. They don't believe someone whose name means joy could hold such radiating sadness that I'm holding the microphone to my heart. I've lost everything, but I guess I never had you. I still believe in a good life for you as well. It's okay. I wish I could have saved you too. But I prayed Allah for an absolution. I found home in a body that was never loved. For generations, I've been thrown back and forth, but it's enough now. Be still now. In my dreams, you ask me how I am. With your eyes, you tell me I'm enough. Thank you. I have one more poem to read. I know this is a lot, and thank you for being with me through this journey of my unraveling emotions. But it's okay because I I am a Cancer first house, moon, and rising. So this is very much me um, being like working through my own writing, which is kind of wild. Um, I have another. Do I have time to read another poem, or am I done?
We want you to read the next one. And we
I'm like, oh God, which one do I read? I have too many. Um, okay, yes, I will choose. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm taking my time. Okay, I am going to read. I had this all figured out and now I'm changing my mind, which is why I'm going back and forth. Okay, I'm gonna decide this is what I'm going to read. Um, it's called Amar Shonar Bangla. That's what I'm gonna read. And thank you for your patience with me. I'm a very in the moment person sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna read. Gold like goldenrod, our skin like hazelnut. A patina of old halo sits waiting to be acknowledged and adored. I do not know what it means to be Bangladeshi, but I want to learn about what my grandfather fought for. Please, child, run for the tea hills, child. Hide, hide, hide. No one mourns 400,000 women, except the women who remember violence in our bones. But don't all women feel violence in our bones? In 50 years, tell me, tell me the truth. Will there be a Bangladesh to return to? Or will we be submerged underwater, shivering in the bay like the long forgotten unknown dead? Who sings lamentations for our bones? Who remembers our genocide? 3 million people. Can you even count to 3 million people? Abu never let me look at the bodies, but his memory contains them all. You can't ever forget. You can't ever escape memory. I live it for you every day. Amu, Abu, Dedo, Dadi, Chacha, Chachi, ancestors, guide me out of this heat. Let me heal your centuries worth of pain. It's all clogged in our arteries. The disease that exists like a faint specter looming at every point of existence, the jinn, haunting. But what is horror other than trauma? Burning mothers don't scare me. They remind me of my past. Amu, you made me strong. Blood curdling trauma trapped in each cell. Amu, you prepared me for this life. There is strength wrapped around every molecular composition that makes up my soul. I'm unbreakable like a tall banyan's roots, children suckling at my tits. Healing means healing myself first in it. Can I show you how far I've come without you? I'm no longer mad that this was my karma. Someone has to break the centuries old grief. It's a privilege to do it for you. It's a privilege to do it for my people. Everything I have ever done was to get closer to you, even if it was in my own mind. Amar Shonar Bangla Ma, you gave me my life. Our stories, our destinies are linked. Thank you. Thank you for giving me extra time.
Well, I can't see my screen anymore. Eyes are blurry. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Fariha, um, for such a beautiful, tender offering. It's been it's just so affirming to witness you and everything that you invite us into. So thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It means a lot. And I'm so grateful for this work that's being done.
Okay, I'm gonna actually pass it to team member. Can you
I don't usually cry this much.
um yeah, Himadri, do you mind coming on and sharing the next steps?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much again, Fariha. For everyone, I feel like we
Thank you.
can take a moment to breathe.
Yes.
That was so powerful and special, and I'm so grateful for all of you and for you, Fariha, and your
Thank you.
incredible.
Thank you so much for having me. And thank you for holding my emotions. And I hope that the work landed.
I think it's safe to say. Now
Thank
we're, of
you.
course, thank you.